Super Talk 99.7 WTN, Matt Murphy and the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Hour number 2 starts right now. Happy Monday to you. Hope your Monday's gone well so far. I failed to do any of the pleasantries at the beginning of the show. I got into story time with Matt about my smoking room when I had reserved a non-smoking room. I won't revisit that story, but I will tell you that it's day 861 of our visits together on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Of course, it's August 11. You probably know that by now. You should know where you can watch or listen to the radio show. I mean, obviously on your FM dial, 99.7 FM. You can also find us on iHeart, on Spotify, on TuneIn. Really, any place that you download music or news or podcast or entertainment, you can download this radio show. Type in Supertalk 99.7 WTN. You can download our own app and do it that way. You can go over to 997WTN.com and do it that way, or you can watch on Talk TV. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. And no, I was not established in 1979, like my shirt says. I think this golf club was.
Actually, far before.
Yeah, it's like 6 years before there, Jackson. It's not. I'm in the 1970s. What are you? You're in the 1990s, right?
Just barely by about 36 hours.
December 30?
December 30th, 99.
Wow.
Oh, man, Brother Jackson, you were almost a New Year's baby.
Oh, man, you were like that song that Prince warned us about.
It was just
Party over. Oops, out of time. Jackson's going to download it. It's 1999.
Jackson.
Everybody was expecting Y2K, and I just kind of peeked my head around the corner. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm Y2K. Hey, before we get to our good friend Mayor Glenn Jacobs, so I played this piece of audio. This was the reaction from folks in Washington, D.C. when Donald Trump says he was taking over the police force. You know, I played this for you.
D.C. is our home. You can't have it wrong.
D.C. is our home. Oh, yeah, sing it, baby.
You can't have it
Jackson's got the phone up.
D.C.
You gonna do that?
You can't have it wrong. It's our home, so it's our home.
Yeah. Clear on out, Trumpy Trump.
Man, those people, if I was a criminal, those people would scare me to death.
I know, I'd get out of there.
Whew, I'd leave in a hurry.
I will give all credit to John in Lawrenceburg for this suggestion. He's hold on. Hold on a second. You got to stop. Murphy, figure it out. You got to stop that one. John in Lawrenceburg said it reminded him of something else that he's heard.
Please, may I have your attention? Now the sheriff knows, and I know. In fact, we all know what an effort was for all of you to come out here today. And we just want to let you know how much we appreciate this fine turnout. Now, we've heard some mighty fine singing here today. And say that, why don't we just sing another song? Let's try Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Now, first section, this is the second section, this is the third section. Now, don't come in till I give you the signal. All right, here we go. Now, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. You're not coming in, girls. Let's go now. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily. We will not row me. We will not sing. 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 We will not sing.
That's what Andy. That's what Andy was going to find the still.
Yes.
We've heard some mighty fine singing out here today. Row. Good Lord, those people. Oh, my goodness. Before we have any more fun, let's bring in Mayor Glenn Jacobs. He's probably wondering what the heck he's getting himself into. Oh, he already knows. We've had him on plenty of times. Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs joins us on the Murphy Show hotline to talk about a variety of different things. Hey, Glenn, how are you, man?
Hey, Matt, were you trying to say I'm not any fun? You're like, before we have too much fun, let's bring on this guy.
When the 7-foot guy walks in the room, all fun having stops until he says that we can continue.
Well, you guys sound like you're having a lot of fun today, actually.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, I mean,
just the lunacy of the whole thing, right?
Well, he's put, yeah. I mean, so let's talk about our man first, because I mean, he's put up with enough of this crime and homelessness and nonsense in D.C. He is well within his authority. Even the leftists in the mainstream media are willing to admit that. The amazing thing, the reaction on the part of the liberals in D.C. is, no, you will not stop the crime and the homelessness and the muggings and the murders. No, we want it the way that we've always had it. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and the thing that strikes me is like, obviously every place has their problems, but you don't see this happening in, say, Knox County, Tennessee, or some other even larger areas where you have Republican or at least, sane Democrats running things. You just see it in these crazy places where the liberal Democrats have taken over and just turned their just turned beautiful cities into what they are now. And that's incredibly sad and unfortunate. As you said, then they turn around and say, oh, there's nothing to see here, move along. Meanwhile, they have some serious problems, and the optics are more important than actually solving the problems. It's unbelievable.
Well, we certainly have a problem solver in Washington, D.C. now, and it's good to see that. I mean, it feels like he really identified that problem last week when that young Doge employee heroically tried to stop a mugging and a carjacking and was beaten to an inch of his life. Trump said, you know what, I've had enough of this, and we're going to put a stop to it. I do not believe, Glenn, look, I'm a Federalist. I believe in states' rights. There are some that are already saying, hey, if he can do this in D.C., why not in Nashville or why not in San Francisco? And I just, that's up to the states, and I just have to kind of draw a line. Do you do the same?
Yeah, I'm the same. Now the difference though is D.C. is the federal district,
right?
In Congress,
100%.
Congress, they have a lot more authority there than they would otherwise. And then of course you have, I guess, he's utilized it under a 1973 law that allows the federal government to do this. But you can't do it other places because obviously you have, you have checks and balances between the states, the localities, and the federal government. But again, in Tennessee, we're just, this is not even going to be an issue here.
No.
I guess we look over Nashville, but we'll Nashville will get taken care of. Memphis, not Nashville, excuse me, I'm sorry. But, there are things happening there, and sure that things that will get taken care of, and we'll do it on our own. We're not going to look to the federal government to do it.
Obviously, when we had Senator Blackburn on last week, the day that she made her announcement official, it was much anticipated that she was going to throw her hat in the ring. A lot of us that, are kind of close to the politics of this state recognized that she wanted to get a little closer to home, felt like she could impact this state in a positive way and in a similar fashion to the way that she's felt that she's done in Washington, D.C. I know that you're a big supporter of Senator Blackburn's. Just talk about your reaction previous to the official announcement and then after the official announcement to her deciding to run as governor.
Sure. Obviously, as you said, we were all kind of waiting for the announcement, and I was getting pretty anxious, because it's time to get things going. And I'm very happy. Obviously, she had an important job in Washington. I think working with the president, trying to get some things wrapped up there before she wanted to put any effort into campaigning for governor. What folks have to understand is, when you're elected official, that's a full-time job. And there were things in Washington that needed her to be there. But nevertheless, now that she's declared, I'm just excited because, we have a chance for continuation of what's been really great just leadership here in the state of Tennessee. Tennessee is leading the country in so many different areas, and part of the reason why that's happening, we have great people, we're in a great location, but also because our state government has been very strong and made very wise decisions, especially on the economic freedom front. She was a huge part of that. She was one of the people that fought against the income tax, led against not having an income tax here in Tennessee, and we're benefiting from that today. So I'm very excited about her run and supporting her.
Do you expect that you over the next year will be kind of a voice for her run for governor? You know how it goes. She can only be so many places. Will you step out and offer your services to campaign for Marsha?
Sure, I'm absolutely happy to do that. One of the most impressive things about the rollout announcement was, just the support from elected officials all across the state was just incredibly impressive. So, yeah, more than happy to help in any way they need me, but I don't think they're going to have to look too far because there's a lot of people that'll be helping.
Well, I mean, Glenn, I've met you a few times. I consider you a friend. You're so different than your character that you're so well known for on the WWE stage. You're very unassuming. You're a very humble guy. You're a huge man, but you're very humble. But your name was being thrown around for this. Your name came up time and time again as a possibility for governor of the state of Tennessee. You made it clear many months ago. It was like, listen, if my good friend, Senator Marsha Blackburn, runs, I'm not going to. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have a role to play in all of this. Would you consider, should Marsha get elected, would you consider an appointment to the United States Senate?
Well, that's very premature because she hasn't been elected and she's only been in the campaign now for about 5 days.
Well, that's my job, though, Glenn. And my job is
I know. But as I said, elected officials, I have a full-time job as mayor of Knox County, and elected officials, like Marsha as well, we're pretty busy doing our job as well. So that's, obviously that's a speculation that the media and the political folks, automatically boom. But for me, I seriously, I'm just concentrating on doing that because, look, if I decide to stay in politics, my calling card is always going to be what happened here in Knox County, and I want to make sure I finish strong on that.
So is it fair to say it's something that you haven't considered and probably wouldn't until we get closer to that time?
Yeah, and I think that should be true of anybody. There's just a lot that goes into a decision like that on both sides. So, we don't even know exactly what's happening anywhere yet. It's just getting the campaign going. So that's what I want to concentrate on and helping with.
Our guest is Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs, talking to him about a number of issues, to include Senator Marsha Blackburn's announcement. I want to turn back to D.C. for a moment, and in the setup in doing so, it's something that Donald Trump mentioned regarding a Schedule I narcotic. And I just want to ask you, because a lot of times when we talk about you or your name comes up, you get classified in a lot of different ways. I mean, people talk about you as a Republican or a conservative. Other people, I think, maybe more accurately say, well, he's more of a libertarian-leaning conservative. How would you characterize yourself politically, Glenn?
It would be like a conservatarian is, for a label. It'd be someone, obviously I put a huge value on individual liberty and free markets. At the same time, my own personal opinion on social issues is I'm a pretty conservative person when it comes to that. But, I think that too, within the Republican Party, you kind of see with just with some of the changes, even with Donald Trump now, you see, more of a liberty streak within the Republican Party, certainly than you did 20 years ago. So I consider myself a Republican with very strong liberty leanings, I guess.
Do you see value in what the president announced today regarding marijuana, that it perhaps we should take a look at this? I mean, I understand we've got a lot of conservatives that don't want to see recreational in the state. That's fine, and I respect that. But many of us that have studied the issue, myself included, would suggest that lumping it in with the heroines of the world and the fentanyls of the world as a Schedule I is fairly ridiculous, in my opinion. Do you welcome a relook at that? The president said that he's going to look at that and maybe have a future announcement for us in the next several days or weeks.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with hurting it. I think ultimately, depending on what the president does, though, that it really is a state's issue, and that's where those things should be settled. But certainly, I think that looking never hurts, and reevaluating whatever data and evidence comes before you is always a good thing, and something, Frank, that we should do continually, and not just with this issue, with many others as well.
Have y'all gotten the news over in Knox County about this big tunnel we got coming in, B&A to downtown? Have you seen this?
A little bit. I haven't, not that read in, but a little bit, yeah.
That's free market at its best, in my opinion.
There you go. Yes, absolutely, man. If you can get someone to build tunnels for you, that's the way to go.
For free? That's right. For no money?
Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of like
right.
that. But the big question is, can Glenn Jacobs fit inside of any model Tesla? What do you think?
Well, I can.
Oh, wow.
The Cybertruck is an amazing vehicle.
Well, maybe we can get you in a Tesla and get you in that tunnel,
Yeah.
Glenn.
Yes, yeah. No, actually, I'll have an announcement pretty soon about a Cybertruck. I might come on your show and make it I'll shoot you some stuff about something. Okay?
Man, I'd love to hear it. Let's do it.
All
yeah.
right.
All right, next time we'll do it, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thanks,
All right,
man.
thank you, Mayor. There's Mayor Glenn Jacobs from Knox County joining us for a few moments, talking about his good friend Marsha Blackburn running for governor. He says it's premature to consider any sort of appointment, that it is we're well outside of the window of that. I would agree with that, and we'll have more on that in just a moment. Your telephone calls as well. Plus, Donald Trump does say, in addition to cleaning up Washington, D.C., he's going to take a look at whether or not to reclassify marijuana as a Schedule something other than 1 narcotic. We will discuss next at appropriately just after 420. Hey-oh, see what I did there, 420?
That's the way to go, Brother Murphy.
Yeah, but it's really 422, but I tried to get it in there. It's just after 420, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, Jackson.
Yeah.
Rich from Promotions just told me there's a whole watermelon in the break room. Whole watermelon in the break room, y'all. Woo!
Is it cold?
Is it cold? He says it's not cold.
Got to be ice cold.
Well, I mean, I can get it in the freezer.
Go put it in the freezer, Matt Murphy. Me and Ken will hold it down.
You hold down the fort until I get the melon in the freezer.
Go for it. Go put your melons in the freezer.
There's also peaches.
Oh.
I'm just telling you, we have some of the best listeners on planet Earth.
Ooh, peaches.
And we're now getting fresh peaches and a delicious whole watermelon
Yes, sir.
in the break room. I don't know where these things are from. But see, my rule is, and no offense to y'all that bring like homemade food, because occasionally we'll get folks that bring like homemade food.
Yeah.
And I love you, and I love you, and I love you. But I don't know about you. You know what I mean? So when I get homemade food, gosh.
I just go ahead and eat it.
Do you really?
Yeah, take the chance. Gives you a little thrill. Like, will this,
Will it or won't it?
will it or won't it?
I've
been safe so far. I'm still here.
just call me. I mean, I don't want to seem irresponsive or inconsiderate of the opportunity. I don't know what your kitchen looks like.
You bring to work homemade food all the time.
I do, but I know
Yeah.
what my kitchen looks like.
Yes.
I don't know what your kitchen looks like.
I
still enjoy it.
Well, you don't have to eat it.
I love it.
I mean, and you want to offend me. Let me tell you a quick story.
All right. Let's
There
hear it.
was the business manager of a radio station I worked at in Birmingham. Would bring food all the time, cake and pie, and sweets mostly, and everybody loved them. Everybody thought they were great, and they seemed to be great.
Yeah.
And I had occasion to be at her home one day,
Oh, boy.
and she's got cats,
Oh.
a lot of them,
Yeah.
on every counter. A lot of cat hair, Ken.
Yeah, sometimes you can't
So-
see that in the cakes and cookies.
So the next time, Ken, that it is good eating.
Start coughing up hairballs.
I couldn't get the image of that cat walking on the counter out of my head.
Yeah.
While she's got the dough and she's doing stuff, and there's the cat walking right behind the blender. Meow. Like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much, I would say. Thank you so much. I'm full. I appreciate it. But here's the great thing.
I'm full.
just ate.
Here's the great. I just had a bar soap. That my granddad would always. My grandpa would say that. I never understood it. If somebody offered him food and he didn't want it, he goes, "No, thank you. Just had a bar of soap. Appreciate it." Like, what? I don't. Okay. But here's the great thing about peaches and watermelon. They come with their own wrappers. God put a wrapper around the peach.
That's right.
And so I don't have to eat that wrapper. I don't have to eat that rind. So
Right.
I know that what's inside there is cat hair free.
Right.
And there you go.
Yeah, there's not going to be cat hairs in that.
Not inside the peaches.
Could be Miralax, though.
Like injectable.
That'd be something, man.
Oh,
would be-
man.
That would be kind of funny.
That would be.
my
Let's not
gosh.
give some of these crazy people ideas. Let's not give Mike from Old Hickory ideas. It's time for the news. I'm going to go look at these peaches on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I do want to get to your calls, and I will. That is most important to me. Many of you holding want to talk about Marcia, want to talk about weed, want to talk about the run for governor. We'll get to it. I want to mention this too, and there's a lot of sidebar conversation about peaches right now, which I'm here for. I'm here for it.
Peaches.
I love a good peach.
You're
What's your
just-
favorite? You know, we used to back when I was doing the morning show in Birmingham with my my then radio partner Andrea Lindenberg.
Mm-hmm.
We our pleasant, everybody, the pleasantries that occur. That's what I call them. I call them the pleasantries. Saying, "Oh, it's Monday," and "Hey, and how are you?" and "How are you?" and "Hey, how are you?" We would get through the pleasantries, and we called it the pleasantries, and people would request the pleasantries, and it was 2 questions. Ken, Ani, which was her nickname, wanted to know if there was a new caller to the show. They would say, "I need the pleasantries." We know, "Oh, you've never called before." And her question was, "What are you wearing?" And my question was, "What is your favorite fruit?"
Yeah.
Because I think you can learn a lot about somebody knowing their favorite fruit. The best answer I ever got to what is your favorite fruit? One guy did not hesitate. I said, "What is your favorite fruit?" He said, "Steak." Best answer I ever got. Ken, I ask you,
Yes, sir.
what is your favorite fruit?
Hot chicken.
Jackson, have you ever eaten a banana with a fork or spoon?
No, I'm not a psycho.
Have you seen those
Yes.
psychos on social media? There was a guy recently that got outed for eating one with a spoon. Cut off the top of the banana can and was digging into it with a spoon. Psychopath.
Now-
Buck Rising over at the Zone does that.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
No, he does not.
He does French fries with a fork and knife, too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Not just a fork.
Fork and knife. Like
Really?
a steak.
What does he need the knife for?
To cut the French fries, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen him eat fries. I've just been told about it.
I say this with love because I know Buck. I've been around Buck. I think
You've
Buck
been
and
on
I,
the show.
I think Buck and I like one another. Is he a dandy?
I don't know what that means. That slang from back in your day?
Let me put it this way. It's not sexual. So I just want to. I
that's
just
not
want
where I
to.
was going.
I
with
just
that
want
either.
to. I just want to disabuse. I think everybody knows what a dandy means.
Kind of fancy.
Yeah, fancy.
Oh yeah. Then he is.
Yeah, he's like the type of guy back in the day that would. I'm riding my two-wheel. I'm riding my two-wheeler to the park, and I'm going to read.
Yes, that kind of guy.
That kind of fellow with the little glasses.
Top hat, monocle, whole deal.
100%. So he's a dandy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it feels like that's a dandy move. I mean, it's one thing that you don't want to get your hands greasy. Right, Ken? Ken's like, I'm just doing the Ken, it's one thing just to not want to get your hands greasy.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I get that. So if I see you plowing into some fries with a fork,
Right.
I'm not judging that. But that's fine. I wouldn't do it that way, but that's fine. You don't want to get your hands greasy.
Well,
Maybe yeah?
and I can see that too, especially if you're eating those fries, maybe during a break while you're on the air because you got to operate the radio machinery
100%.
and you don't want to get salt and grease on it.
100. I'm not going to have a chance to wash my hands
Right.
before I have to do other things, yada, yada.
Right.
100%. There is zero excuse for using a knife.
Right.
That, you're a dandy.
He's just fancy.
Right. That's fine. That's fine.
I like your description of somebody who's dandy.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's 1895
Oh, Matt Murphy's childhood.
and we're in France.
I'm going to ride my bike and read a book in the park.
I'm meeting Miss Marilyn at the park.
He got one of those little wooden picnic baskets.
Oh, 100% he does. Our courtship is going on 2 years now. How do I love thee? Let me compare thee to a summer's day.
Oh.
Oh, dear, those ruffians are throwing ball. It's really, you know what I think of? If you've ever seen them, this is what I'm thinking of. No, I think the movie's called A Room with a View. And Daniel Day-Lewis plays this character where he's just so damn prissy, and he's walking through and he's always reading a book, and he's got those little glasses on, and he's got that little top hat on. And that's what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of Dan. Or Buck Rising. And I love Buck to death.
Yeah,
but,
great guy.
I love Buck. I'm saying all this in love. There's zero excuse for using a knife. Zero excuse.
I think the fork's just insane, too.
That's fine.
He does it with burgers, too.
If you feel it necessary, here's my say. If you feel compelled to use a knife and fork on French fries, why in the hell are you ordering French fries? I would feel
frites.
I feel like that doesn't go together. If you're so concerned, I just don't feel like that goes together. People that eat fries don't feel compelled to use a knife.
Nice finger food.
That's finger food. I don't know why I'm so judgy on it. Whatever. I mean, I'm a weirdo too. Look, we called him into existence. It's Mike from Old Hickory. Hey, Mike.
How you doing, Matt?
And if I was any better, I feel better all over than I do anywhere else. How about that, Mike?
Well, pretty good. God bless you. But I want to ask you something. We've got Marsha Blackburn and John Rose. They're going to be the candidates for the Republican Party for governor of Tennessee. And so what I'm asking you, and I'm hoping you'll do over the next 12 months, is bring on Marsha and John at least a dozen times each and ask them specific questions and nail them down on things. And one of the things I want you to ask them, in my case, and I'm selfish here because I'm a senior citizen, and now Marsha is a senior citizen, what do they think of RMDs? Do they think RMDs on senior citizens are fair? If you know what I'm talking about, and I know you know what I'm talking about.
Are you saying
program?
You're saying RNDs?
RMDs, required minimum distributions on your lifetime savings of your 401k and your IRAs that you saved all of your life, and now the government is saying you are required now at age 73 to pull out X amount of dollars whether you want to or not, and we're going to tax you at the top income tax rate, not the capital gains rate.
Yeah, see, I don't know, John. Mike, I don't know anything about this.
That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm calling.
I need to look some of this up.
Yep, and ask her especially because she's 74, I think, and so she's now going to have to start paying this. Does she think it's fair that this program that got started back in the 1970s, you weren't even born yet, but back in the 1970s, there was a thing called 401k and IRA. It was, and you know what it is today.
Sure.
It's get people to save money for their retirement. And so that you can defer X amount of wage dollars and then put it into an account, 401k, that you run, not the government, but the individual runs. Well, that thing's been going on now since the 70s, which is about 50 years, 45, 50 years. But now we were never told back then, yeah, but when you do retire, and we didn't think about it then, that you're going to have to pay RMDs, required minimum distribution, which means you're going to have to be forced. The government is forcing you to pull out money that you may not even want to pull out at all because you're living comfortably, that you saved and you did the right thing. Now you just want to give it to your family.
When did this requirement to pull this money out in a certain way happen? Do you know?
I think it started back when the IRAs and the 401k started. They kind of mentioned RMDs back then, but it's changed over the years because we have different presidents, different Congresses, different tax rates, different savings rates that have changed for decades. But then when the RMDs came, now the government says, hey, we want everything you've saved and we want a big cut now. And it's a very serious thing for seniors, Matt.
Well, but the idea is the government wants to get it on the back end, right? Because they're not getting it on the front end.
They're not getting on the front end, but what they promised you on the front end is that, no, you won't have to give it on the back end because the tax rates are going to be a lot lower on the back end. Well, now we're finding out because of inflation, and especially during Biden's 4 years of inflation, it's really killed senior citizens' savings accounts, 401ks and IRAs. And now when you turn 73, they're saying, sorry, screw you, pull your money out or else.
Let me ask. Well, I'm going to do some research on this, and Mike, I'm going to get back to you on the subject. I don't know a lot about it, but I want to find out more about it before I make a comment on RMDs. I will look into that, and then subsequently I'll ask the candidates about it. Do you have a lean either way so far out?
What do you mean?
A lean toward a candidate. Would you vote for either Blackburn or Rose?
Either one that lowers at least says, you know what, we're going to look into this issue to stop screwing the senior citizens. At least, extend the age out because we live longer. Right now it's 73 for MDs, but if you extend it out because we're living longer, give us a chance to save a little more because of Biden's inflation itself.
73 might have seemed reasonable in the early 1970s when when people didn't live that long. But I agree with you. We're living longer now. I was curious about a lean one way or the other. And thank you, Mike, for the call. Thank you for the information. I'll try to get to you with a response once I find out more about the background of, what do you say, RMD's required minimum deduction? Deduction's not the right word. The reason I ask you about a lean, I said last week when Marcia announced, no candidate will like me saying this, but I don't care. I don't work for the candidates. I work for you, ultimately. I work for you. That's the way I look at my job. I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to inform you. I'm here to hopefully have a conversation about society with you, whether it's political or the entertainment world or other things going on in our neck of the woods. Our conversations exist only if you're here. Sincerely. Because if you're no longer here, guess who's not going to be here next? Me. So I work for you. I don't work for Marsha Blackburn. I don't work for John Rose. I'm not ashamed to tell you what candidates I prefer and who I don't and where my political allegiances lean. But I don't work for any political party. I wouldn't belong to any political party that would have me as a member, for goodness sake. I wouldn't belong to any club that would have me as a member. I do not like the way Marsha Blackburn has reacted to the idea of debates. I'll say that. I don't know if you've heard, and if you've not, I'll tell you. Coming up in just a couple of minutes on Super Talk 99.7, WTN, 52 after the hour. One of the things, Mr. Producer, Young Jackson, that you'll learn during this show. I mean, how long have you, a month now?
Almost 2, but
almost 2 months? Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. One thing you'll learn is that you've got to keep me on track with my teases. You got to write them down because I won't pay them off. I'm so awful. I think I teased something right before the break, and I've already forgotten about it.
I don't remember what you teased either.
And sadly, the super text line is, normally that's where I beg of the super texters, hey, tell us what we just teased, and they would tell us. Well, my super text line is down. Y'all are going to have to run over to the chat room.
I know what you've been teasing, Brother Murphy.
What have I been teasing, Ken?
Well, you want me to tell you now, or you want to wait until after the news?
Hey, let's wait. Ken's going to let everybody know what I've been teasing after the news. Oh, also, I got another one. I'll stack a tease on a tease. You ready? I'm having a beer with somebody tonight.
Who?
Y'all want to guess who it is?
It's me.
It's not Jackson. I might use a knife and fork to cut up my french fries. Super Talk 99.7 WGN.